Hi, everyone. Welcome to our information session. My name is Iymaani Aytes, founder of the Aytes Agency.
Everyone, hi, I'm John Welker. I'm one of the founding members and artistic director of Terminus Modern Ballet Theater.
And I'm Angela Harris. I'm the executive artistic director of Dance Canvas.
Okay. So, we've had these conversations over and over again, but I think, this is a really amazing opportunity for us to share with everyone else out there in the world about the work that we've been doing. I'd just like to start by asking, what is Catalyst?
Yeah, good question. This is a new program for both Angela and I and our two organizations. So Catalyst is a partnership program that addresses the need for more representation of Black dancers on the professional stage. And so by combining our two organizations and what we do, Terminus School of Modern Ballet and Angela, you can speak to what Dance Canvas is offering through this. We provide a comprehensive scholarship program to get those young aspiring students onto the professional stage with a very thorough and thoughtfully designed program specifically to address the needs of historically underrepresented Black dancers.
So, John, also share, why was it important to create Catalyst?
It's, through all the changes that happened through 2020, one of them was the glaring light on, the inequities that exist in our society today. And it was just a harsh look at, the industry that I love and that I want to be more accessible for everybody. I always feel that ballet is the business of beauty and creating beauty. And there's not a better way to do it than to make sure that it's available and accessible and current for everybody. And through the events of last year, it became all the more glaring that we needed to do more. We needed to do more to address this lack of representation. And so that's when I picked up the phone and called up Angela and said, let's talk about this. What can we do to help to address these needs?
Wonderful. And so you spoke about accessibility and also partnership. So talk a little bit more about the partnership with Angela and Dance Canvas.
Angela has been part of the fabric of the dance community for Atlanta for a long time, longer than Terminus, and someone who knows it inside and out and has already been doing the work and educating our young and our next generation of professional dancers. She has an incredible program that offers mentorship and career development for young aspiring dancers. And Angela, I'll let you speak to that a little bit more, but that was just something that was really something that we don't have available here at Terminus. And that, we, in thinking about what are the needs of a young student who don't have the examples on stage that are readily available to them to follow through, how can we provide that in a way that empowers their choices and the steps that they need to take to get to that level?
Wonderful. And Angela, please chime in and share with us, why was it important for you and Dance Canvas to participate in a program like this?
I love that John called me because we've known each other for a very long time, and I know how strong the training is at Terminus. And when we were having conversations, I reflected back on my time as a professional ballet dancer and actually coming up through training programs, and how I got to this stage. And the thing that is always, to me, besides the actual representation on stage, is the availability of Black professional dancers to have conversations with, to learn what companies to audition for and not to audition for. And one of the things that we wanted to do with this program is provide that bridge, provide mentorship, provide resources, provide career development opportunities for young ballet dancers that are going to be entering the industry. and support them as they're coming up through it. The network of professional Black ballet dancers is a small one. We have a great connection and network, and I can pick up the phone and call dancers that were in a generation above me, and they will respond back and provide opportunities. I want to make sure that we're doing that for the next generation that's coming up as well. And it's such a great thing that we have in this partnership, that we can bring that side of the career development into a training program and really make a kind of holistic program for our students that are coming up through Catalyst.
So either of one of you can answer this question, but when you think about Catalyst students, who are they and what's the criteria for joining the Catalyst program?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I mean, Catalyst students is your ambitious young student who is passionate about dance. They're not afraid of working. They are open and available to training, and they just want to learn. They want to get to that level of getting on that professional stage and are ready to make the choices to get there.
Wouldn't you say too that there really isn't a difference between the students that are in your training program and the students that are in the Catalyst program, other than we have identified them to be able to provide some of these resources to as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for making that point. Yeah, it's something that I think is very unique to this program, and well, you don't see a lot of this program is actually fully integrated into our curriculum. So there are no separate classes. So these are all the things that we look for in our own students, so that everybody is getting the same high level amount of training through. So, when you look in a classroom, you're not going to be able to, everyone is in the same class, getting the same teachers, getting the same instructions. What I think is lovely about that is that we already have a very high bar, and that bar is something that is ingrained in our culture, but in a way that's done in a very supportive environment. So our students encourage each other. They want to learn, but at the same time, they're there to be a support system for each other, because everyone is in the same boat and they all want to get to the same place. And so that's something that we really wanted to ensure, that our Catalyst students who come into this feel a part of a larger organization, a larger culture.
That's wonderful. Because it's, you have your Terminus School students and Catalyst students being one of the same, which is really amazing. The only thing that separates it is that Catalyst students are provided resources. All students are provided resources as well. So I love that. So tell me, what's the criteria? So does a student need to have a lot of ballet, a little bit of ballet? What would you say the criteria is?
Yeah, we've talked about this, and this is where I think you really kind of get to see how integrated it all is, because this is something we look at in every student, no matter who you are, what background. We look at their age, we look at their prior training, whether that be in ballet or any other dance form for that matter, flexibility, strength, mental readiness, coordination, and commitment. So those 6 things are something that we are all looking at. So there's a physical aspect and a mental readiness aspect that we're all looking at, and ensuring that whomever we bring into this program is ready to receive the opportunity and is ready to jump on it.
And again, thinking back on my training coming up, I actually started in modern dance when I was younger. It wasn't until I was in probably 6th or 7th grade that I was dove into ballet training. So that's what, 11 years old. And so I would say that it's exactly what John is saying with the criteria and the ability to really focus on what your goals are, ensuring that we are helping you to achieve your goals is what we're going to say to the Catalyst students coming in. Because I knew that once I started in my ballet training that I wanted to be a professional ballet dancer. And so the training that I took from the time I was 12 up was all to focus on that. And I think that that is really what we're looking for in a student.
Yep.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
thank you. So it sounds like the Catalyst program is really one of a kind, but what would you say makes it unique?
I think it's a lot of it's too that two organizations that have come together under the same goal. Something that Angela and I talked about is that, you know, being based here in Atlanta, we know there is a lot of talent here in Atlanta, that Atlanta tends to export its talent because the opportunities do not exist here in the city. And so we wanted to provide a place where the opportunities did exist to train and to perform. So not only training the next generation of dance talent, but keeping them here to elevate the whole scene, to showcase this city, and to showcase this art form, and the integrated aspect to it as well. This is not a separate program. And I also believe just the holistic view of what we talked about and what creates a professional dancer. Typically, we only think of it's the training, it's the training, it's the training. But what Angela has thought deeply about is there's all these other aspects at play that we are taking into account in order to allow these dancers to take that next step onto the stage in terms of mentorship and professional development. That's huge. Not many schools offer that as part of their, you know, their programs.
And also you spoke about kind of integrated, an integrated piece and keeping it local. And so also with the Terminus Catalyst program, are community partnerships. So speak a little bit about the importance of having community partners as part of this project.
Yeah, the ecosystem, you know, you don't have to look far to see the effects of our ecosystem and how big and broad it is. And so part of this is we wanted to think as well, not just beyond our two organizations, but the outlying organizations that help to feed in to our students and what they do. And so looking at that, you know, every student needs those tights, those leotards, those shoes, all those things. And so looking at partners that can help support this program, we've reached out to Miss Rose Dance Closet, who's been, how long has Miss Rose been in business here in Atlanta?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I feel like it maybe like 8 years, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, so it was important to support the whole ecosystem that exists here, to support the dancer. And so that was in a way a no-brainer, to look at that and say, yes, this is a great opportunity and fit for us to bring her in and to showcase the offerings that she has for our students.
And then also Shakara Marcus, and she's a photographer, Shock Photo. And I think what is really something that we will see happen as a result of all of these community partnerships and the Catalyst program is that as we start seeing more images of Black ballet dancers as the norm, and it isn't just programmatic, then you'll see younger students say, I can be that on stage. You know, we saw it happen as Misty Copeland became more and more in the public eye. But if you don't have anyone to aspire to, if you're not looking and seeing someone that looks like you, the industry is telling you that this is not an industry for you. And so I think what is great about having Shakara also as part of the partnership is that she does have a keen eye for photography, but she'll also be able to capture images of our students, both the whole Terminus student body and your company, but also the Catalyst students, and be able to have their images in public consumption so that more and more of the community get to see themselves represented.
I do think it's important to say we want to meet talent where it's at. So, you know, if there is talent outside our city, we are open to that, and also helping that talent and train that talent. So that's also something that we want to provide.
And the beauty of it being a new program too is that if someone from out of state is interested in joining the program and just wants to call and talk to us about the possibility, we can then figure out how to make it work too. So we're really trying to make this work for the students that we see would get value from the program.
So when will the program begin?
Yeah, lots of buildup. The program will officially start in the fall. When we don't have an exact date yet, but when our fall kicks off for the Terminus School, it usually starts in mid-August. So students can expect that the program will officially kick off mid-August. But leading up to that, you know, we always have annual summer intensives. And as a prerequisite to joining this program, we want to see the students, the potential candidates of this, in our student program student intensive. So we are asking them, in order to evaluate them to the criteria we spoke about, to join that summer intensive. So we have some time with them, get to know them, get to know their goals, so that we can make sure that when we do pick our Catalyst students, that they are the ones that we really think will benefit most from this program.
Wonderful. And Angela, you mentioned Dance Canvas will support the mentorship of these students. How will you identify the mentors for the Catalyst program?
Well, as I said a little bit earlier, the network of Black ballet dancers is, we do have a really strong network. I have many friends that are still dancing, that are now directors of schools and companies, and all that believe in the same thing that I believe in, paying it forward. Like we want these up and coming dancers not to go through the same things that we went through. And I'm sure the people that were before us thought the same thing. And we've been having these conversations about diversity in ballet for as long as I can remember. And I know, in talking to the dancers that were a generation above me, they say the exact same thing, that the conversations were happening then. So eventually we have to stop talking about it, and we have to actually do something to make a change. And there are lots of former professional ballet dancers and current professional ballet dancers that are really eager to give back to the community and to be a support to people that are coming up behind them.
Wonderful. So we know the Catalyst program launched earlier this year in January, and the application process is currently happening. For students who may have missed the deadline or are not able to apply this year, what can they do now to prepare for next year, to apply for next year?
Yeah, the opportunity is always there. You know, reach out, ask questions, be visible. You can go onto our Terminus site, or you can go through Dance Canvas that has links to our site for the Catalyst program, and reach out to our education director, or myself or Angela directly, and ask questions. Ask us, what can I do in my training to be better position myself for this in the future. Or if you have questions, just more general questions, reach out.
Wonderful. And so you say students, to learn more about the Catalyst program, students can go to the Terminus site, Dance Canvas site. Is there a special Catalyst website that they can also go to?
Yeah, there's actually a whole web page for the Catalyst program. Through all you have to do is go to www.terminus-serenbe.com and then just follow the prompts. Go to education program first, and then you'll see a button that says Catalyst, and then click on that, and you'll get some Q&As, and you'll get the registration form and all the information that you may be looking for. And if you don't, our contact information is on the site too. So.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.